Hi folks, Gareth James here. Another quick tip today on laptops or older computers. If you're struggling with your RAM and apps are taking a bit of a time to load up, there's a couple of things that you can do. So this is sort of 4 or 5 tips that you can do to speed up a computer. The first thing you can do, which I've already done on this laptop, is keep your desktop as clear as possible. So there's a tendency with some people to save as much stuff on the desktop so that it's accessible, but after a while it takes up a lot of space, and because this is a virtual desktop, it's actually running in random access memory. So what you can do is put those documents and folders, right click, new folder, store the items in a new folder like this one I've done down here, and then you can put that in my documents, and once that's in my documents it's off your desktop and it's taking up a little bit of less RAM space potentially. If you're not sure what is causing your computer to run slow, if you press Ctrl Alt and Delete and scroll to Task Manager, I'm sure there's another shortcut for getting directly to Task Manager, but you come up with this. This list tells you what is running processes in the background. Now on this computer there's 56 processes running. Things on this one like Asus Giftbox, and this is an Asus PC. Giftbox, there's 4 applications instances of that running, which is taking up 11 megabytes of RAM, 3.5, 0.5, 1.2. We don't use that program on here, so that's something that potentially can be installed, but it's worth going through this list and seeing if there's anything else that takes up a lot of RAM that you're not using, and whether to then either disable or dispose of that application or program so that it doesn't take up your RAM, which I'll do that in a bit later on with this particular machine. The next thing you can do is down here. You'll notice that there's a lot of things on the bottom bar, including this Cortana search bar here. Now personally I never use this, and I don't use any of those. What we've got down here is an app for people, there's some hidden apps, there's the Wi-Fi, there's something called Windows Ink Workspace, never use that, and this touchpad as well. So what you can do is you can right click on here and it shows you what is being displayed on the desktop. So task view button, that's this little bit here, I don't use that, so you can get rid, and just go through them really one at a time. So people on the taskbar, nope, don't use that, so get rid. And you can see that as I'm touching each one, it's removing it. Touch keyboard button, don't need the button on there, the keyboard's working perfectly well. And touchpad button, don't use that either, so that's gone off there, so that's taking up a little bit less space here. It's just making it a little bit easier to display. And then finally the Cortana bar as well, so you can take a look at that and get rid. So it's hidden and gone off the desktop altogether. So that's that. Another thing that you can do as well is download a different browser. On this particular laptop we've got this Microsoft browser on here, and straight away it's coming up with all of this here, and trust me, all of that is going to take up RAM on your computer. So you can either go in and personalize this and get rid of the feed and get rid of the things, or you can do what I've done and download a different browser. On this laptop I've downloaded Firefox in this instance, but you can download Chrome or anything else And you'll find is that a brand new browser, there's a lot less on it. Again, you can customize it, and some of the other browsers like Firefox is a lot slimmer, so it uses up a lot less RAM. It's actually quicker, I find, than the Microsoft one or the Google Chrome even. So that's another little tip you can use. Finally then, with your desktop wallpaper, some laptops when they come have a rotating wallpaper system where every sort of 15 seconds or a minute or so like that, a wallpaper changes. In order to switch that off, right click, scroll down to personalize, comes up, and you can change your settings here then. So you got your background there. Mine is on picture at the moment, but if it's on slideshow, what it's going to do is it's going to flip between everything that's on this little tab here every 15-20 seconds or a minute or so, or whatever you set it at. So change that. If it's on slideshow, change it to picture or solid color, and it'll stop that as well, and you'll find that it'll free up a little bit of extra RAM. My final little tip then, if you find those aren't making a difference, is the run a disk cleanup. So if you go to the search bar, bear in mind I'm running Windows Classic Shell over this, so if you've got the other version you'll need to find the search bar and type in disk cleanup. It's the top one on the list. Click on it. Now this isn't going to free up RAM, but what it's going to do is it's going to clean up your hard drive a little bit, and there'll be cookies and temporary files and all sorts in there, all of which are going to be using your RAM potentially. So if you click on all of those, select them, and clean up files, it says, but they're going to free up 2.8 gig of space as well. So it's worth doing that every now and again. Delete the files and get rid of them off your computer. So while that's doing that, then that's it. That's sort of 4 or 5 little tips that you can use then to read and sort of streamline your laptop and make it a little bit easier to use. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If it was of any use to you, please leave a like or comment, and subscribe to my channel. There'll be fresh content coming out on a weekly basis. Okay, thank you for watching. Cheers.